Hello, Namaste. Welcome everyone. It's me Ranjan Drakal from Distance Learning Center of West Montessori Elementary School. In the previous video of Year 7 Science, I discussed the different types of mixers, what are the characteristics, properties of mixer, and today I'm going to talk about how we separate the different types of mixer. And let's get started. Now, what is separating the mixer? That is the process of separating or taking apart the components that a mixer contains. That process is called separation of mixture, and it has different methods of processes. Let's move on to the first one, that is a sedimentation and decantation. Now, what is sedimentation is, I'll explain this through a figure. What is sedimentation is, if there is a mixture of solid and liquid, insoluble liquid, solid in a liquid, then when we keep that mixture for a while, for a few minutes, then the solid particles, they get sedimented at the end of the bottom. That is called sedimentation. And after sedimentation is done, what do? We slowly transfer the clear liquid without disturbing the sediment, without disturbing those solid particles. That is called decantation. And now look, in the new beaker we have a clear liquid, and in the beaker with mixer we only have the solid particles, and the mixers are separated. The first, sedimentation and decantation. The second one is filtration. That means again the process of separating an insoluble solid that is present in a liquid, and it is done by passing through a muslin cloth, and that muslin cloth is known as filter paper, either filter paper or a muslin cloth, and the process is called filtration. The solid residue after filtration is called residue, and we obtain clear liquid after filtration. That is called a filtrate. Filtrate the clear liquid obtained after filtration. The residue, the solid particles that we obtain after filtration. Now, what type of mixer is suitable for separating with the process of filtration? That is the insoluble solid particles. Now moving on to third, that is the evaporation. This process here, what do is we use to separate the soluble solid. That means let's talk about a mixture of sugar and water. Now sugar gets dissolved in water. That means we cannot use it sedimentation, we cannot use it filtration. Now what we have to do is we have to go for the process of evaporation. What we do, we take a evaporating basin and we give heat. When we give heat, the liquid present there, it evaporates, it changes into vapor, and we go on continue giving heat unless we obtain a residue that is of solid particles. And this process is very commonly used for obtaining salt from seawater or lake water. Now the fourth one is sublimations, and before going to sublimation we have to clear about volatile substances. Okay, now what are volatile substances is, generally when we heat a solid substances, they get converted into liquid. But the volatile substances are those type of substances that gets directly converted into gas from solid. No solid to liquid or liquid to gas. It's directly gas from solid. Common examples of camphor, iodine. Camphor we commonly call kapur in Nepali. Camphor, iodine, ammonium chloride, they are the examples of volatile substance. Now the process which we use to separate these volatile substance, that is called sublimation. Let's look at the figure. We have to provide heat. This is a tripod stand, and above the tripod stands there is a wire gauge and there is a china dish, and in the china dish there is a mixer that contains ammonium chloride salt, and it is covered with an inverted funnel, and there is a cotton plug. This cotton plug should be wet so that the vapor, now when we give heat, this ammonium chloride, they directly changes into gas. It's in solid states, it is present in the mixer, directly converts into vapor. Now since the cotton is wet, after some time, when it reaches to the top of this funnel, inverted funnel, that vapor it condenses to form a solid, and these solids they gets attached at the upward part of inverted funnel. Now the residue remains here. Ammonium chloride is at the top part. That means the mixture is separated. Let's move to the another process, distillation. That is a process that is used to separate the soluble solid from liquid, where we even obtain the liquid. Because in the process of evaporation, let's look at the process of evaporations. There the water or liquid escapes out, we cannot get it. Now here through distillations we can get the water also. Now let's see this. This is a distillation flask. Actually this is called distillation apparatus hole. We keep the mixer in the distillation flask. We give heat from the bottom. This is a wire gas, so that direct heat does not goes reaches to the distillation flask, and there is a thermometer to measure the temperature, so that we have to reach the boiling point of liquid. Now when these vapors they moves towards this, and there is a presence of condenser, that means we pass through the water in, so that these vapor they cool down and gets converted into water again. Now from here distillation flask, liquid gets converted into vapor, reaches to the condenser. There condensation, that cooling of vapor happens. After cooling, that again becomes liquid, and the liquid is remain here, comes in here. That means the liquid present in the distillation flask gets to moves to the receiving flask, and only the solid particles remain here. This is the very best process to separate soluble solid from the liquid. Now uses of mixer, there are so many uses of mixer. Our blood is also a mixer, that is very used. Blood is example of a mixer. Mixer of cement, salt, concrete, water used for roofing, flooring, plastering walls. We drink tea, that is a mixture of sugar, milk, water. Plant even they absorbs nutrients from the soil by mixing in the water. We get nutrients from the food, that also mixture of carbohydrate, vitamins, proteins, fats. Okay, now today I discussed about the different types of separations of mixers. Among them, the first one is sedimentation and decantation. The second one is filtration. The third one is evaporation, and fourth one is sublimation, and the last one is distillations. I hope I made you clear about the concepts of these 5 processes of separations of mixer. And in the next videos I will come again with another interesting topic. Till then, I request all of you to stay safe. Have a good time, have a good day ahead. Bye bye. Thank you.